Hi, I'm Paul Francis, and I'm the local president for JCI Barnsley. I was, at the time, I was unemployed. I was effectively on the dole, or job seekers, to be a bit more correct. And I actually attended it was like a course, like a 2-week course that was specifically for people that had degrees, because I've got a degree in graphic design. And it was the idea, I think, was to showcase some of these special skills that people had, and Ben Hawley was on there. And Ben Hawley was basically, he's a past local Barnsley president, is also a past national UK president as well, and he just started talking about it, just talking about JCI and how it could your networking and everything else can hopefully bring it together and showcase your skills and your talent to other people, and even help it by adding additional training on there. I joined JCI simply because I wanted to meet new people, like-minded people, sort of like business professionals. I wasn't really getting much in the way of help from job seekers, because they really just wanted to help people that were between the ages of like 18 and 21, and I wasn't 21, so I kind of joined JCI, just trying to find some footing, trying to find some help to try and get into the sort of like graphics profession, or even just a proper professional job, and just help with training and everything else that normally comes with being in JCI. So I'm part of the design team for Novus Marketing Solutions. I primarily work on the websites and website design that we actually do here, but we do a lot of other marketing as well. So we'll do other graphics, we do video, production, we do photography, product photography, pretty much anything that comes to sort of helping out businesses gain reach and get out there to their audience. In JCI, I actually attended quite a few marketing training sessions, and sort of sessions that allowed me to be able to interact with people that I wouldn't normally get to interact with. My previous history was working in retail for more than 10 years, even though I got a degree in graphic design. So coming into JCI, I was able to attend the training sessions that allowed me to be able to speak to the upper echelons, as it were, of big business. Allowed me to sort of like break out of the mold that I was currently in. It also gave me confidence as well with some of the work that I was doing, basically be able to showcase it and ask other people's opinion on what they thought, other professionals in that particular industry. So I put myself forward for the role of local president, Barnsley's local president, simply because I am approaching 40 and I wanted a bit of a challenge. I also wanted to make sure that JCI Barnsley was still there for others to be able to experience what I experienced, and to gain the benefit of what the same benefit and the same opportunities that's been allowed to myself while being a member of JCI. I didn't want that to go away. I don't think it will go away, but it's just to make sure that JCI Barnsley had a leader, and to challenge myself within the last few years before I would have to leave the organisation, unfortunately, because I've become too old. So my proudest moment in JCI Barnsley had to be when I was social director, and we put ourselves forward for social of the year with our actual August pub crawl, which is a regular thing that JCI Barnsley does. And what we do is, we used to go from Barnsley to Huddersfield, now we go from Huddersfield to Barnsley, so we kind of reversed it. And you go towards Huddersfield beginning of the day, and you get some breakfast at the food festival, because we always kind of like set it at that time. And then we have a few drinks, and then on the way back we stop at nearly every stop, get off, have another drink at the local pub, and then get back on again, and we proceed doing that all the way into Barnsley town centre. It's been going for years, people love it, and it actually won the award for best social. I think it was 2019 at the JCI National Convention, so I was really proud of that moment. More people should really join JCI, because it does allow you to have a lot of business opportunities, but it's not just the business opportunities people should really join JCI for. It's experiences and chances that you'll never get anywhere else. JCI itself, I've been to New York and we met up with JCI New Jersey, because if you're a member of one chamber, you're a member of all. And JCI New Jersey actually took us to the Statue of Liberty, took us out for a meal during the evening, just showed us New York and New Jersey, and showed us a really good time. And I wouldn't have had that experience if I wasn't in JCI Barnsley. It's same like we do a World Congress a lot of the time. So like some of my friends have been over to Japan, and in these World Congresses, people will sort of like you'll have meetings and you'll get to know people from all over the world. I've got friends now in Australia, I've got friends in Finland, I've got friends up in Scotland, I've got friends in London, simply because we're all part of JCI, so we all get together every now and again, and of course all the training events allow you to upskill yourself and make you personally more important to your role and more important to your job. So you're giving yourself life skills just like you would do in a video game. So the leader I admire is Winston Churchill, of course Prime Minister during one of the worst periods of conflict during World War II. He was the right man at the right time. Not always the right man, but at that particular point in time, he was the right man at the right time. He knew what to do. Even when he was younger, he'd sort of trained up playing with models, model miniatures, and playing war games and on a wargaming table. So he'd always had that training in him. And just as a sort of like charismatic leader, some of the quotes that he gave, he was a funny person, people enjoyed being around him, people wanted to be around him, and he just inspired people to continue, even when he himself was like suffering with ill health during World War II. Sometimes he would only have like 4 hours sleep a night. He'd have Churchill's bunker in the middle of war-torn London. It's just an inspirational figure for that particular period of time. So one of his quotes is, success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. So basically, regardless of how many times you think you fail, just keep up that smile, keep up that enthusiasm, and just keep going for it. And then eventually, you'll get success. You don't achieve, especially in life, you don't really achieve something unless you lose. Sometimes you've got to lose, or sometimes you've got to fail to learn what you did wrong before you can succeed. And that's it. That's me. I'm Paul, the local president for JCI Barnsley. The greatest lesson in life is to know that even fools are right sometimes. So, just correct. I've met some of those.